Clearly, Tecno is on a roll. Following the release of the Spark 5 Pro and POVA 4 Pro, the company announced its very first POVA smartphone in the Philippines. This is it, the TECNO POVA. TECNO POVA is geared as a gaming smartphone with a fast chip, great specs, and long-lasting battery life with fast charging technology. All of that for the very attractive price tag of just 6,999 pesos. So hi, this is Peter of GIZGUIDEPH, and this is our TECNO POVA unboxing and quick review. Let's begin. The packaging of the TECNO POVA is pretty straightforward. As you can see, it has the POVA logo here in silver. And on the side, it shows the highlights of the phone that it has a 12 months plus 1 of warranty. So 13 months in total. And then you get the Helio G80 processor. That is a 12nm MediaTek chip that is designed for budget gaming smartphones. Also, you will see here that it has 6,000 mAh of battery, 16 watts fast charge, and a 6.8-inch dot-in display. At the back, you will see the other specs of the phone, including the cameras, connectivity, and more. Upon opening the package, we will be greeted by the handset itself. This is the TECNO POVA smartphone. And then, what's next is you will see that another POVA logo. So I think this is the tempered glass. Yes guys, it has a pre-tempered glass. You won't need to buy that anymore. This is a pretty nice type of package. Although you will have to install it for yourself, but that's fine. At least it has this tempered glass. And then the warranty card. Just keep this thing. Maybe you will need it in the future. Also, I found here that it has this IMEI code. So it shows the model number of the phone, the LD7. And then the color of the unit that I have is the magic blue. So they're calling this the magic blue version of the POVA. And then you will find that it has this case. It has a free case, guys. And that is a very welcome sight here. At least you get a case and then you get a screen protector. No, not just an ordinary screen protector, but a tempered glass. Then you will find this charger. It has a power brick. Unlike Apple, it still has a power brick. And the power brick that TECNO included is even a fast charging power brick with dual IC technology. It is an 18 watts fast charger, but it will perform better than ordinary 18 watts fast chargers because of that dual IC tech. And then this, what is this? This is the cable. The cable is micro USB to USB-A. That's understandable since this is a budget smartphone. Although obviously I would have liked it so much better if TECNO included a USB Type-C port. Maybe in the near future, TECNO could include a Type-C port, especially if the handset is a little bit higher end. But since this is a budget device, I'm really not that complaining. Okay, the next accessory that we got is the earphones. Yes, unlike Apple again, it still has earphones. And the earphones that TECNO included, I think it even has a microphone here. So it has a single button microphone. And then the earphone designs is semi-in-ear. So this is a pretty nice type of package. And I like that they included it here. So that's everything that's inside the box of the TECNO POVA. Also, I forgot to mention that it has the SIM ejector tool found in this box. So this is it. You will be using this to open the SIM tray of the phone. Out of the box, the TECNO POVA looks pretty nice. It is using an all-plastic material, but it doesn't look that bad, especially at this price point. Also, you will see here that it sports a modern-looking type of camera hump, and the camera hump is not that thick. I also like that it has this fingerprint reader here in the middle, so I can easily access it whenever I need it. Obviously, the materials that TECNO uses is not the most premium around. I find it a bit prone to fingerprint smudges, and I already saw a few hairline scratches as well. But despite that one minor weak point, as you can see here, it has a red rubber ring, suggesting that this has some sort of water resistance, which is very rare at this price point. Also, based on my experience, this type of material could survive a few hard drops, and it won't break easily compared to glass. In the front, TECNO POVA uses a 6.8-inch LCD display, and this is made out of glass. There's no mention of Gorilla Glass protection or any other type of glass protections, but probably that is one of the reasons why TECNO included the free tempered glass. The unit that we got is in magic blue colorway, but you may also avail this in speed purple and dazzle black colors. As you can see, it has beautiful light streaks, and it has this gradient type of color and different shades of light blue to dark blue. It looks pretty good in general for me, especially at this price point. In the front, I also like that it has this near bezel-less design. Only the shin bezel is a little bit thicker than what I wanted, but this is normal for budget smartphones. The front is actually nice as it has this single punch hole that makes this phone more immersive than a lot of smartphones priced under 7,000 pesos. And I think this is one of the most affordable with a punch hole around. As you can see, there's nothing on top. Below, you will see the 3.5mm headphone port, the micro USB port, and a microphone hole. At left, you will find the Google Assistant key, aside from the SIM card tray slot. In case you're wondering, the speaker is found on top of the phone. The ear speaker doubles as a loudspeaker. At right, you will find the usual power key as well as the volume up and down keys. As you can see here, the phone is quite big. It measures at 171.23 by 77.57, but it is reasonably slim at 9.4mm despite its large 6,000 mAh of battery. Also, it isn't that hefty at 185 grams. Normally, smartphones with 6,000 mAh battery weighs around 200 grams and above. Holding the phone feels nice. This is probably due to its use of a curved back panel. However, one-handed operation is a little bit hard because of its big overall size. As mentioned earlier, it has a big 6.8-inch display, and it has an HD plus 1640 by 720 resolution. That is a 20.5 by 9 screen aspect ratio, and this has 90.4% of screen to body ratio. Likely most of you will think that this handset doesn't have enough pixels due to its large display, but as you can see here, the quality of its screen is respectable overall. Even the viewing angles are quite nice, and this is not pixelated. This phone doesn't have the perfect display, but as you can see here, its colors are actually accurate, and this is considered as decent overall. I find it great for watching my favorite Netflix shows, as well as a lot of YouTube clips and even viewing the photos that I took and while playing games. Also, even if it only has a single speaker, it can go really loud. As you can see here, here, you can't hear me properly anymore while I'm talking. That is because its front-firing speaker here on top is considered as loud even if it isn't using a stereo speaker. Bass quality won't be the loudest around since this is a budget smartphone, and that is understandable. But as you can hear here, it is loud and pretty detailed with respectable overall tunes. Actually, for the price, this is pretty good enough, although obviously I would have liked it better if it has a stereo speaker like the other Tecno smartphones. Also, since it has a 3.5mm headphone jack slot, you can easily pair this with your favorite speakers. You may also use your favorite TWS earphones since it has Bluetooth connectivity. At the back, it has a total of 4 cameras. The main camera is a 13MP f1.8 sensor with autofocus. The second camera is a 2MP macro camera. The third camera is a 2MP for depth. And the last camera is a 2MP AI camera for scene detection. Also, it has a quad LED flash. Basically, this is one of the most affordable around with a lot of cameras with plenty of modes that you can use either for macro, zooming, HDR, beauty, bokeh, and more. However, it doesn't have a night mode. In the punch hole, this handset sports an 8MP f2.0 camera, and it has plenty of modes for beautification and AR effects. Another thing that's unique about its front cameras is it is sporting a dual LED flash that you can use for selfies in super low light conditions. Now let's take a look at some of the camera samples we took using the TECNO POVA. Overall, even if it is labeled as a gaming smartphone, the TECNO POVA has decent cameras. Most of the images I took are respectable, Most are crisp in daylight, macro images look decent as long as there is sufficient lighting, and the bokeh is not bad. My gripe, there's no ultra-wide camera and night mode. Because of that, low lighting images are a bit softer than what I wanted, but that's understandable and it is normal for budget smartphones. In terms of performance, this handset is one of the better few with a 12nm MediaTek Helio G80 octa-core processor that is a budget gaming chip with 2.0 GHz clock speed. Aside from that, it is also paired with the Mali G52 2EEMC2 GPU, and as you can see, it has a pretty high Antutu score of over 190,000. For a budget smartphone, this is actually great. Not only that, TECNO paired this device with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Normally, you will only see phones with 3GB of RAM in the under 7,000 pesos, but TECNO, doing TECNO things, included a 6GB of RAM with 64GB of storage. 64GB of storage is also considered as large, and that is actually more than good enough for storing a lot of apps and plenty of heavy games. To keep the performance in check, TECNO boasts that it has a thermally conductive and 3D multi-layered materials for heat dissipation. In actual performance, even if I play games for a bit longer, it doesn't heat up that much. It just gets warm and that's normal. For battery, this is one of the few with a 6,000 mAh huge battery capacity. And as you can see here, it can last for more than 2 days of battery life. This is just an estimate, but in actual performance, I've been using this phone for quite some time. Battery performance is really that strong as it can last for over a day even if you are using Wi-Fi or 4G LTE. For playing games, this can easily last for around 15 hours. Not only that, this handset has an 18 watts fast charger, and it is not an ordinary 18 watts of fast charger as it is a dual IC flash charge. So this can basically charge your phone faster by 20% compared to regular smartphone chargers with 18 watts of support. Charging it from 0 to 100% will only take around 2 hours and 75 minutes or maybe even faster. For UI, the TECNO POVA loads with Android 10 out of the box with iOS 7 skin. iOS 7 comes with game space with CPU, GPU, and memory boost, as well as an anti-disturb mode. There is also a game mode to ensure smooth gaming operation that freezes unnecessary apps and restrict background network. And it has the Game Assistant 2.0 with real-time CPU and GPU monitor, running app status, screen recorder, and anti-disturb settings. Compared to the other XOS skins that I've tried in the past, this is much smoother and cleaner. Also, the ads are not that noticeable and can be removed in the settings. My quick thoughts, so far great. This is a handset that a lot of gamers on a tight budget will surely love. It isn't perfect, it has a few above mentioned weak points, but for the price and its purpose of being a good gaming smartphone for less, it did its job pretty well. At 6,999 pesos, this should be a pretty decent all-around budget phone that even non-gamers would enjoy. In case you're wondering, the TECNO POVA is exclusively available on Shopee. Moreover, the first 1,000 buyers of this handset will get it at a discounted price of 5,999. So, what do you guys think? Again, this is Peter of GIZGUIDE.com. And thank you for watching. Stay safe.